Chikwati forever.
Know the house.
Chikwati Chikwati together.
Hey Wope, so I just wanted to
Chikwati
oh, so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Chikwati forever.
Know the house.
Chikwati Chikwati together.
Finally, great to explain how I did my wedding because it's such a passion of mine. Therefore, when nobody will ever give you a chance. So the reason why I took a risk and did my own wedding is that at least if I started to build a portfolio, I would start with that. So I'm excited about that. Who is Natasha? A wild heart with a gentle soul. I think. Summer or winter? I'm going to say summer personality, winter mood. Cat or dog person, people. And become the pet. Latest lie I have told myself that I'm going to start my diet on Monday. Sweet or savory? Definitely sweet. Things that make me typically Zambian. Hang on. I call this salad. No, that's a huge joke. Things that make me Zambian. I think let's go with things that make me African, and things that make me Zambian is I'm just a warm person, and I think it's an African thing. I'm not a Zambian or a South African or Tanzanian or Botswana thing. It's just African people.
Right, how did I meet Mr. Pate? I met Mr. Pate on the 31st of October, and it was a Halloween party. I am friends with the owner of the pub. It's called the Honeysuckle Pub, amazing pub in Ghana, and it's got 2 locations. So I always went to one of the locations, and the other location was having a party. I didn't know anyone, so I decided to go there because a friend of mine said that they'll be there. So I dressed up as a panther. At least I thought it was a panther. I recently looked at the pictures and I realized it's not a panther. I actually do look like not panthery. Anyway, so I dressed up as a panther and I went there, and I didn't know anyone, so I was sitting on my own and it was kind of got boring. And so I decided to go back home. So I was walking out the door and the owner of the pub stopped me and he was like, hey, why are you leaving? I said, well, I don't know anyone here. And he says, oh, okay, wait. If I introduce you to somebody, would you stay? I said, yeah. So he pulled me and he introduced me to Rupert, Mr. Pate. So Rupert, the thing is that Rupert and I had been friends on Facebook from 6 months ago, but we just used to like each other's pictures. I actually used to stalk him and he used to stalk me as well. We met on an expert group, and I think I said something funny and he sent me, well, this is up, it depends who's telling it, but I think he sent me a friend request. He says I sent him a friend request, but I think he did. So yeah, what happened? Oh, yeah. So he said, he looked at me, he goes, oh, wow, you make a lovely mouse. I said, what? He said, you make a lovely mouse. I said, I'm not dressed as a mouse, I'm dressed as a panther. Anyway, we ended up sitting and chatting the whole night until I left. First date. This one was very funny. So the first time that we met, we texted each other every day, and we tried to come together we tried to have a date, and it was for some reason, we both were busy. So from October, the whole of November, we would talk to each other every day and we'd be like, okay, yeah, today, yes, we're going to meet up. And it never happened. He went off to Zanzibar because of his work. He went for a trip to Zanzibar. And I was working, so I couldn't meet up with him. Until finally one night, I was like, you know what? I think I told him, yeah, I'm free. And he was free. So he came through, he picked me up, and we went to a pub. As usual, you know, we love pubs. So we went to the pub. I hadn't eaten, and we're just supposed to meet up for drinks. I was busy the whole afternoon, and it was like, yeah. So I told him, listen, is it okay if I order something? I really need to eat. He was like, okay. Now, people don't know this about me. When I eat, I can't coordinate eating and talking at the same time. So he did try and talk to me, and I was eating my garlic prawns with such enthusiasm that I spat on him, and he had a piece of prawn on his face and he couldn't wipe it off because he was so... In fact, I should let him tell that story. And he couldn't wipe it off because he's such an Englishman, and he's such a gentleman, and he's got manners, and he thought if he wipes it off, it's going to offend me. So I think he stood there and he excused himself to go to the bathroom, and that's how he wiped his prawn off his face. And yeah, we went out dancing, and then because I can't dance to save my life, but he is the first white man I know who has rhythm. He can dance so well. So we danced all night, and I went back home, and we have been together since. Okay, so after we started dating, we spent every single day together, and I would be at his place, and I would have to go back to my place to pick up my clothes, until at some point he was like, yeah, why don't you just bring enough clothes so you don't have to go back home and pick them up. So I kind of moved in. We kind of moved in together early on. So yeah, we stayed together, and then I got a job offer in Zambia back home, and I decided to take it. And we had been dating for 3 months. And I told him, listen, I have to go back home. I want to work. So he agreed, and I was looking at him. I said, I'm not very good with long distance relationships. And he said, yeah. Anyway, we'll see. Whatever happens. So when I was leaving Zambia, I was like, yeah, this is it. I'm never going. When I was leaving Ghana, I was like, this is it. It's done, because I really am not good at long distance relationships. So I left for Zambia. I told him not to come to the airport. Everybody was like, oh, how come your boyfriend isn't coming to the airport? I told him not to come to the airport because I'm not one for goodbyes. And I thought, okay, if you make a big deal out of it, that means it was a big deal, and then I'm going to go home and I'm going to regret leaving him behind, Anyway, I went back home, and that was in March. So I was home, it was in around March, I think, beginning of March. So I was supposed to start my job in April. Was it May? Okay, anyway, those details, the dates I'll have to confirm or something. I can't remember the dates. I'm not very good at remembering dates. That's my sister's job. She's brilliant at date remembering. Anyway. So he called me, says, I'm taking a trek through to Cape Town. I said, that's nice. Great. Good for you. Me and him are not very good with texting. We're texting or talking long on phone, which is very weird because I love my phone. Everywhere I go with my phone, I'm around my phone. So he said he was in Cape Town, and then he said, I'm coming to visit Zambia. I thought he was kidding. And he did come through to Zambia, and I was like, what are you doing? He says, I would like to meet your family. So I was like, okay, yeah, okay. And I went to my family. I said, please, just try and be normal, please. This is I really like this guy. Usually I don't give a fuck, but I really like this guy. And so he met my family, and we went to Livingstone, and we had a huge dinner where he met my mom and my brother and my sisters. And he jumped on a plane. Actually, for dinner that night, he had received news that his brother was really ill, so he decided to go back home. He decided to go back home. And I was sad, and I told him that I can't come to the airport, and he said, okay, I understood. So he drove away, and I went back to sleep, and it was at 3 a.m. and he had gone back he had gotten a flight to Cape Town, and he was in Cape Town, and I was telling him, you know what, I really miss you. I don't know what it's like not being around you. And it was so sad, because I remember the feeling I had when he left. And then he said, so do you think we should get married? He said, do you think we should get married? I said, would you marry? No, he actually asked, would you marry me? I said, sure. I thought he was joking. So I said, sure, I'll meet you at the back of Pick and Pay somewhere in South Africa. Is there Pick and Pay somewhere? I don't know why I picked Pick and Pay. Somewhere in South Africa. And he says, okay, fine, then we're married. I said, but you haven't proposed. And then he sent this amazing message of how you are the only girl in my life, la la la, I love you, and I can't think of spending the rest of my life with anyone. Will you marry me? That was how Mr. Pate proposed.
First person I told, my sister, because she was with me. I was like, it's joking. The next day, he was like, so have you told anyone we're engaged? I was like, yay, we are engaged. How did we negotiate Zambian traditions? I don't come from a traditional family at all, so there weren't really any traditional negotiations. He did, however, I can't say lobola, because lobola is more families meeting together and discussing. It was more of a token of appreciation to my mother, to say thank you so much for raising her into the woman who he absolutely adored. Until next time, Natasha Pate.